Jimmy Buffett's daughter reveals father's last days in cancer battle. Despite the pain, he smiled every day. Margaritaville singer died from skin cancer at age 76. Jimmy Buffett's daughter, Sarah Delaney Buffett, shared an emotional tribute to her late father after his sudden death. The legendary singer had been fighting Merkel cell skin cancer for 4 years, according to an official obituary for the star posted to his website. The Margaritaville icon died on September 1 at his home in Sag Harbor, Long Island. He was 76 years old. I knew my dad my whole life, but in his final days, I saw who he was, a man whose spirit could not be broken, Delaney began to share on Instagram. Despite the pain, he smiled every day. He was kind when he had every excuse not to be. He told us not to be sad or scared, but to keep the party going. And as much as I'd like to use that as an excuse to drink myself into oblivion worthy of his literary heroes, I know it's not what he meant, she continued. My dad was the joy he sang about. He was the hardest working person I've ever seen. He was a great man and an even better dad to my brother, sister and me. He was generous with his friends and strangers alike. He had a deep admiration for the people he worked with, and he never took himself too seriously, which is probably what I loved most about him, Delaney, 31, said in part. Buffett's daughter noted that her father adored his fans tremendously and was thankful to share the stage with his band while touring. She went on to say how much Buffett expressed gratitude toward the hospital workers who took care of him leading up to his death and appreciated the unconditional support from his loved ones. And finally, to my dad, thank you, she concluded. You turned nothing into something and gave me everything. I will never be able to repay you or my mom for my beautiful life. I will love you forever, and I will always keep the party going, responsibly, of course. Buffett is survived by his wife of 46 years, Jane Slagsvold, and their 3 children, Savannah, Delaney and Cameron. His celebrity friends and fans posted tributes to the singer-songwriter on social media after the news of his death. Elton John honored Buffett on his social media, writing, Jimmy Buffett was a unique and treasured entertainer. His fans adored him and he never let them down. This is the saddest of news. A lovely man gone way too soon. Condolences to Jane and the family from David and me, he added, referring to Buffett's family. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys shared a simple message that reads, Love and Mercy, on his X account. Fellow Beach Boys member Mike Love shared a tribute to the star, recalling a performance with him on stage several years ago. Your music brought joy to so many people, including me. It was always a pleasure when our paths crossed and we were able to share the stage together. I will hold dear our time spent together on stage, especially you singing Kokomo with us, Love wrote. Buffett released several pop culture staples in the 70s and 80s, including the hit Margaritaville, Come Monday, Cheeseburger in Paradise, Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes, A Pirate Looks at 40, and Pencil Thin Mustache.